Welcome to another episode of Sable Theory. Today we're going to be talking about fossil Pokemon. So, there's a little bit to explain about this. Fossil Pokemon were, as the name suggests, fossilized from ancient times. And so they got revived through a various of ways to become what we know them now. As of right now, the only fossil Pokemon to exist are Kabuto, Kabutops, Almanite, Almastar, Aerodactyl, Lileep, Cradily, Anorith, Armaldo, Cranidos, Rampardos, Shieldon, Bastiodon, Archon, Archeops, Tortuga, Caracosta. Generation 8 gave us what was fused fossil Pokemon, where they took two fossil pieces, fused it, and made one of four fossil Pokemon, which are Dracozolt, Arctozolt, Dracovish, and Arctovish. I don't like the Generation 8 fossils, and that's only because it takes it away from their aesthetic of being the part rock type from ancient past. So it's a very weird concept when they did it this way. But those are all the fossil Pokemon that exist as of right now. What I think could have happened is that in the so-called ancient times, the first Pokemon I mentioned before the fused fossils, they were never rock type. They only became rock type when they were revived. So I think what their typings would have been is, I think Aerodactyl was pure flying. Kabuto, Kabutops, Almanite, Almastar were all bug water. Because they have more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an anthropod type of style. Like aesthetic to them. I think Armaldo would have been a ground type. And same for Cradily, actually. So I can see them being ground grass and ground bug. Rampardos, I think they would have been. I think it would have been a fighting type. And I don't know about Bastiodon, because the steel typing's very weird. To keep it, I think it became steel based on like the environment that the fossil was found in. So I think that I think Bastiodon could have been just. I don't like using the same typing, but I do think it would have been a ground type, and they would have just been natural, not enemies but rivals. The Rampardos and Bastiodon fighting versus ground. It's very neutral. They have that type of appeal to them. I'm not sure about how. I think Archeops was dragon flying, whereas Caracosta could have just been a pure water type. And what was after that? Oh, I forgot the Generation 6 fossils. My apologies. I do think that, because that's Tyrantrum and Aurorus. And Tyrantrum being Rock Dragon, I think it would have been Pure Dragon. And Aurorus is Rock Ice. It could have been either pure ice. I don't think it would have been dragon. It's very docile, so it was probably fairy ice. Let's go with the docile part of it. So, what's what I'm looking for? Not nature, but I guess nature would be the word for it. 7 didn't have any. Generation 8's a very weird thing to go with. So, if I can pull this up. So I think each of the fossil pieces was just the typing of one side. So, I think what happened was the 4 combinations they made is just 4 separate pieces of Pokemon. So I think, and again, just for a lack of knowledge and naming to it, I think Dracozolt is a combination of a Pokemon I'm going to call Dracosaur and Dinozolt. And Arctozolt is a combination of Arctosaur and Dinozolt. Dracovish is a combination of Dracosaur and I'm trying to think Meglavish. And Arctovish is a mix of Arctosaur and Meglavish. So I guess is that 8 Pokemon I just named? Yeah. So I think it's just a combination of those. And each one is like a pure of that typing. So it's pure electric, pure dragon, pure ice, pure water for those following names. What I think would have been kind of interesting is with these paradox Pokemon, we could have had like the past form of fossil Pokemon. So we could have had, like, if Aerodactyl was a paradox Pokemon of the past, we could have had the flying dinosaur, the flying dino. For Kabutops, we could have had the slicing beetle, slice beetle. For on the star, we could have gotten the shell, the hermit shell. What's the next one? Cradilly could have been the tentacle plant. Armaldo could have been armored insect. The Rampardos could have been the bashing head. Bastiodon could have been defending Ceratops. And then Archeops could have been... what could Archeops be? Because they already used the flying dino. The soaring dragon. And then Karakos could have been the... I feel like something turtle could have been cool. Angry turtle? I feel like angry turtle could have been cool. Tyrantrum and a Morris. Stomping Rex. The Stomping Rex and Long Neck. I feel like Long Neck would have been nice. And then again, nothing in Gen 7, so that means Sword and Shield with their those 4 Pokemon I named, like the Dracozaur, they could have just been Paradox Pokemon. Just as is. It was just a missed opportunity. What I'm hoping they could do is they obviously are going to do something with Paradox Pokemon. They're not just going to end it with how many did they make for each game. If you count the legendary, like if you count Koraidon as a Paradox Pokemon, 8 plus the 3 they added for each game, they only did 22 Paradox Pokemon total. So there's obviously something they're planning to do with that. I think a Paradox Pokemon of a Fossil Pokemon would be kind of interesting to see how they do it. But only time will tell to see what they're going to plan on doing. But that is all I have for the fossil concepts. Hopefully more things are to come. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.